So if you've ever spent any time in church, whether it's Sunday morning service or youth group or summer camp, you've probably heard someone mention the term personal devotion time. We talk about doing your devotions or even family devotion time. It can be really intimidating, especially if you've never really understood what that means. The term devotions comes from the word devotion, and the dictionary defines devotion as this profound dedication or an earnest attachment to a cause or a person. Being devoted to someone or something basically means that your relationship is deep and meaningful. Just like if you're a fan of a specific sports team or you really love a series of books or movies or TV shows, if you're devoted to that team or those stories, you spend time thinking about it. You're connected to it in a meaningful way. Maybe you grew up watching your sports team with your dad or a grandparent, and you have really special memories sitting and cheering together. Maybe when you read that book, it was during a really hard time in your life, and you were going through big changes, and that story really helped ground you and keep you safe. Being devoted to someone or something means that you have a deep and meaningful relationship with it. The Bible talks over and over again about how God wants a deep and meaningful relationship with us. It's the whole reason that Jesus came and died for us. It's the whole point. And so when we recognize that, and we decide that we want to have a deep and meaningful relationship back with God, we should take specific time to make that relationship more meaningful. The big fancy church word we use for that is personal devotions, or just devotion time. It's doing a specific activity or taking specific time to really pay attention to God so that we can make a relationship with Him more meaningful. Now, even though we're each individuals and God wants a relationship with each one of us, we don't have to do this all by ourselves. God has given us our families, so we get to do this alongside each other. Families can encourage each other, they can challenge each other, they can ask each other questions to help make those meaningful connections to God. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9 says this: "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, or when you rise. You shall bind them as a sign on your hand. They shall be as frontlets between your eyes. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates." Way back in the Old Testament, Moses was talking to the nation of Israel, and he told them that their relationship with God, loving the Lord your God with all that you are, should be meaningful and should fill their lives and the life of their family in all different kinds of ways. When they were getting up and when they were going to bed, when they were walking around, when they were eating together, they should take meaningful times to remember who God is and that they have a special and deep relationship with Him. This may seem really intimidating or overwhelming. It may seem really hard to know where to start as a family. How can we deepen our relationship with each other, much less make our relationship with God more meaningful? Here are 3 things to remember when you're thinking about family devotion time. Number 1, make it regular. In the verse in Deuteronomy, Moses gave the Israelites some specific times to be thinking about this kind of stuff. And it was during the regular times of the day when they were doing stuff they always did. We always get up. We always eat food. We always walk around or drive around to get places. We always go to sleep. When we take specific time to focus on making our relationship with God deeper, when we do the devotion time, and when we do it regularly, it forms a habit. And habits are powerful things that shape us into who we are. Now, regular probably looks different for you than it does for me. Do what works for your family. It might look like doing a daily family devotion time. Maybe it's weekly or even just monthly. Whatever that looks like, make it regular. Number 2, make it meaningful. The goal is to pay attention to your relationship with God. It's to deepen your connection with Him both individually and as a family. Loving God with your whole heart, soul, and might means that whatever your specific time looks like, it should have some element where you're taking time to talk about and think about God and His love for us. Make it meaningful. Number 3, make it yours. Not every family is going to do this the same way because not every family looks the same. Maybe your family loves to cuddle up under some blankets and have a good chat. Maybe that sounds like the worst kind of torture, and you would much rather go out to a park and throw a football around or go camping or on a hike. Maybe you love working with your hands and creating things, and so you would really love to dig in to a family craft night or build something together. Maybe your family loves games or movies or music. Whatever it looks like, whatever your family looks like, young kids or teenagers, a single parent and 1 kid, a huge family with 10 kids, grandparents, aunts, uncles, maybe it's just you and your cats. Do what works for you. Make it yours. If you're having a hard time figuring out what to do for a family devotion time, we've put together a bunch of different family activities that you can do and that are really simple and easy. Just follow the link in the video description, or you can scan the QR code right here and just pick whichever ones are your favorite. Make it regular, make it meaningful, and make it yours. Family devotion time means spending time paying attention to God and helping make our relationship with Him deeper and more meaningful.